I want to continue my conversation with Robert Auerbach, professor at the LBJ School of Public Affairs at the University of Texas at Austin. Professor Auerbach, in your book, Abuse and Deception at the Fed, you've uncovered everything from shredding to undocumented votes to hidden transcripts. But again, I want you to help the American public understand, why are those things that kind of seem like ancient history relevant to the way the Fed is being run today by Chairman Ben Bernanke?
Two things. One is Don Cohn, the vice chairman, informed me in a letter. It's in the Huffington Post. I put it in there December 9th, that they had decided to shred the source records of their Federal Open Market Committee, the policy-making committee at the Fed, and that they would continue to do so, and they do not think it's illegal. It's on Huffington Post, his letter to me. It's on there from December 9th. That's very bad that we don't have a complete record of what they're doing with the over $2 trillion they've put into the American economy. Second, the work I did with Henry B. Gonzalez, chairman of the committee during the 1990s, we found out that the investigation of the large banks in New York City were extremely compromised. They were taking gifts, the examiners and officers of the New York Federal Reserve Bank, and dropping their resume at the banks being examined as they looked for a job. The evidence is in my book. We contacted Gerald Corrigan, president of the New York Federal Reserve Bank. He said he didn't have time to question everybody at the New York Federal Reserve Bank, but all he could find was they were taking a literal handful of sporting tickets. That's the letter we got. Alan Greenspan wrote to us, yes, they give their resume at banks while they're examining them, but it's very natural for people looking for a job at a bank to start working at the Fed. This is very important. It means that regulating the large banks in New York cannot be done effectively by the Federal Reserve. And as you make these banks bigger and bigger, Bank America may now be breaking the law. Remember, Henry Gonzalez passed a law that no bank could control more than 10% of the domestic deposits in the United States. They were right up to 9.99 before they bought Merrill Lynch. And then they decided that the Merrill Lynch deposits wouldn't count. They are getting much too big to fail already. And we're building up for another crisis. And there's no way that the Fed, given their past history, which I have in the book, can effectively examine those banks. This is bad policy and should be stopped.
Professor Auerbach, thank you so very much.
Yes.
Robert Auerbach at the LBJ School of Public Policy at the University of Austin in Texas.